everyone. Happy New Year. It's so good to be back to my regular schedule. It's Diane Evans, with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is your first time on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube and the channel, and that you've given permission to StreamYard, so that I know who you are when you do make comments. And also, if you are watching this on a replay, just make sure, or just be aware that this is part of recorded live. And so I may be talking to various people as we go along. So I hope all of you had a great, happy holiday season. It's great to be back home, but boy, lots and lots of work. So hello, Fran. But that's okay. That's what it's all about, right? The start of the new year, we want to get going. So today is my Monday live, and this is where it's like my online class, and I either do a 3D project or a fun fold or a fancy fold card, and I decided to do a fun kind of fancy fold card, but not really that difficult of a card, I must say. But you can get some amazing um, uh, things that you can do with this type of card. It's a center pop-up stand-up card, and I know that sounds like it's a really long sort of way to go about it, but honestly, it's a great card and very simple to do. I actually got one of these cards from Betty as a Christmas card, so it reminded me of this fold. I completely forgot about this. Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Marjorie. Thank you. It's good to be home. Let me tell you, it really is. My dog was so happy to see me, and then when she realized that I was home, she gave me the cold shoulder for the rest of the day. But that's okay. That's what happens, right? All right. So we are going to be playing with, and I'm just going to jump. Whoops! Just going to jump on right on down to my desktop here, and we are playing with By the Bay suite. This suite is amazing. It's a great suite and a great bundle. But in any event, this is the suite that I'm using for the International Stamp Camp. And that registration opens on the 5th when it comes live. And I strongly suggest, if you want to get into this stamp camp, what happens is you purchase the suite from me. You will get 13 make and takes prepped for you, except for the designer series paper. You will do that cutting yourself, but the card bases and all the pieces of cardstock that you need will be included for the price of purchasing the suite through me. This can only be purchased through me in Canada, but if you are anywhere else in the world, reach out to me and I can let you know other demonstrators. Because like I say, there's 12 other demonstrators from around the world that are also participating in this stamp camp. It will be, we will be doing the Stamp Camp live on February the 11th and 12th, I believe that it is. But like I say, the registration opens up on the 5th. Make sure that you let me know. Yes, Happy New Year, Pam. That's awesome. All right. So we are, like I say, playing with this one. I think what we might do a thank you card. This could be a sympathy card. It's I kind of don't like doing those types of cards, but if by any chance you have to, you could just quickly switch it out to a sympathy card. This has the bundle, which if you do buy together and part of the suite, you do save the 10% on this together. These flat adhesive back pearls are amazing. They're opalescent, iridescent. They're so pretty. And then the designer series paper itself, it's a specialty designer series paper. It's iridescent on one side, and then on the other side they're flat plain designer series paper. But wow, is it ever amazing paper with the gold in it and with silver. And anyways, there's lots of beautiful colored paper in here. So we're going to be using some of that. We're using all this stuff that I have here. Also included in the suite is some really pretty balmy blue and white variegated ribbon. And it's so nice. It's easy to tie bows with. And I'm pretty sure in the stamp camp, there's going to be lots of different stuff. I'm not sure who I'm talking to. that's on Facebook. But in any event, just let me know who you are and then I can say a proper hello to you. All right, so let's get going on this card. Like I say, it's a pop-up front stand-up card. I know that's a really roundabout way of doing it, but I'm going to show you how we actually go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the scoring while we're right online. So I have my trimmer here. I have a regular piece, 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And this one happens to be Pool Party. And on the long side, I'm going to be doing the scoring. So I'm going to score this at 2 inches. We want to make sure that we have the cutter out of the way so that we don't get that in there. So I'm going to go ahead and score that at 2 inches. Hello, Marilyn. Long time no talk. 2 inches, 3 1/8 inch, 5 3/8 inch, and 6.5 inch. So I just have to open up my arm here and just get that to 6.5 inch. There we go. So then we have it that it's just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in, and I probably should have turned it while I was scoring it, but we're going to have it go like this. And this is what I mean, a center pop-up stand-up card. And I'm going to come in with my bone folder. Man, I tell you, coming home, and I thought I'd left this suite actually in Winnipeg with me because I had to do up some swap cards. And but I did find it. I found a whole other lot. Now, with the designer series paper that I'm using, I decided I was going to use this piece of designer series paper, this one here. And on the back of it is this beautiful piece like this. And because of the way this card went, I decided I wanted to cut them differently. So I have 2 pieces of this, and this is cut at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. There we go. So let me just see. I know I cut them so they were side by side. So I just wanted to. There we go. I just wanted it to be continuous. Now I'm thinking that maybe this would be better going this way because of that shell. So I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 pieces on. And then on the back of this piece here, this would have been the center part, but I wanted this navy, Night of Navy, to be in the middle. So I used 2 pieces is actually what I did. So, and then this piece happens to be 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inside. So let me glue this. And I haven't primed this. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think of doing that. So yesterday I spent most of the day cutting make and takes for the virtual launch that is happening on the 21st of January. If you are in Canada and do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, I would be more than happy to send you out catalogs and also send you out some make and takes. But that cutoff for the make and takes is actually today because I've got to get them in the mail for the people that are out of town. Seems such a shame to use the opposite side of this paper, but I love how these shells go there. Oh, hello, Kelly. And then, like I say, we're going to put this onto the back here. And then this is, I'll show you how that's going to work. So let's see. And just put it in there like that. And then I have a piece that's the same size as this, the 2 inch by 5 1/4. And that's going to go onto the back. And that's what we're actually going to be able to put our sentiment on. But we're going to want to stamp that, that's for sure. Now I went and I cut some Night of Navy and I did it with the deckled rectangles. And this is the 1, 2, 3, 4th largest and then the 5th largest deckled rectangle. And how that's going to go is when this is closed, this is going to go on here. And we're going to go ahead and then that'll be opened up like so. All right, so I can put my designer series paper away. Beautiful paper, like I say, so pretty. This one would have been quite cool to have that continuance of the fish flowing around as well. Now, in this particular, these dies and in the stamp set, I want to show you something. There is this strip here, which is going to act kind of like a sand strip on there. I've got some dies that have like grass. The bird. Now, there is on a piece of the designer series paper, I did cut out a bird from the designer series paper. And we're actually going to use that on here. Now, I could have also stamped it and used it that way, but I thought I'd use this that way to show you that you can mix and match some stamping and some die cuts and go from there. And I probably should have cut out some more shells, but we'll see what goes with this. All right, so what I wanted to do was, I love this particular one and the sand one. So I'm going to come in and I think I'll grab that sand. Where's that other piece of sand? That's my bird. There's my sand one. And I'm just going to actually come in and I'm going to stamp onto the front here. And I'm going to stamp with crumb cake. Let's see. The shell side of it's and it comes in different colors too, but I'm really drawn to pool party, calypso coral, or coastal cabana. Of course, those are my theme colors or my brand colors. So I'm actually going to stamp this further up, and then I'm going to stamp it here. And then I'm going to come in and use this as well, because some of this might show. Let's see how that goes. There we go. We're just going to stamp that. And then I have a piece, and I know that looks a little strange with the way I stamped it, but I do have a piece. And originally what I was going to do was use a piece in, you know what, probably the crumb cake would have been better to show more sand. So that's not an issue. What we can do is I can sit and I could cut a piece. So let me show you. I'll just go in and cut a piece of this. I'll use my mini cut and emboss machine. Have you seen the new mini cut and emboss machine that is for people that want to sign up? Oh my goodness, I love it. I love the color. I think that's the part that goes with it. It's a boho blue, and which is a new blue color, and it's a sneak peek of the new color coming out. Now, when I was away in Winnipeg, I had to cut this, and it was quite funny because I didn't have this base plate, but I want to show you. Yeah, I didn't have the base plate. So what I did was I went and I used, I think it was this one, and then I used the light blue, which is number 3, I believe. So I'm just going to come here and let's see if this will work. I have so many projects that I'm working on at this point. See, but this makes this so much easier to work through on the mini cut and emboss machine. So what I did was, instead of using that white base plate, which is number 1, I used number 3 and 2 of number 2s. And that is going to give me this like strip of sand is kind of what I'm going for. We'll see how it works. Let's bring that back in. Probably it's too long, but yeah, you know what? That'll work. So I'm going to actually go, and I think it's really too long, but I'll trim that off after. So I'm going to glue that on. Hi, Vicki. How you doing? Yeah, I am. Now this is a deckled rectangle, so it's going to be a little bit uneven at the bottom, but you know what? I'm going to turn around and just trim that part off. And I can't use a trimmer because it's deckled. So I'm just actually just moving my paper just ever so slightly. And then we're going to get that right in the garbage can so that I don't have a piece of glue. Originally I was going to use, oop, and I put that on there. I was going to use the mint macaron green. My thought process was to put this on behind. So you know what? I'm still going to go down and put that on behind. We can put this in there as well. There we go. And then I thought this bird could go like this. Man, that's not giving me much room to do my sentiment stamping. Well, we're going to, you know what? We're going to change it up. We are not going to use the whole thank you for everything. We're just actually going to use the words thank you. So I'm going to come in with my blue marker, and I've shown this on my technique class. And I'm just going to go and use the thick end on my, the thick end. Now I could use masking tape on this as well to do this, but honestly, this is just as easy. So it's right there. There we go. And then the thank you for everything is not on there. We've just got the thank you on there. So let's go ahead. Let's put this bird here. We're going to pop him up with dimensionals. Now I'm just trying to watch my comments on there. Yeah, so good to be back. I tell you, I missed the lives, although I did pre-record. I do miss doing the lives. That to me that's a real joy. So tomorrow what we're doing is it'll be my technique again. I have no idea what I'm doing. Anybody have any ideas what they'd like to see? And then this is just going to go right on here like so. So I think we'll just put that right on there. I still have a fair amount of lists on my for what to do on my techniques, but I always like to do something if somebody wants to see a technique done. So just reach out to me or even leave it in this comment here. All right, so we have that, and that is going to go onto the front part here, but let's also decorate the back of this. So we are going to, I think what we can do is we can go ahead and let's just put this bit of the shells and the sand on the bottom. Not like you need an awful lot. You don't want to take up too much room. So at this point, what I could have done too is I could go back in with this stamp set and go for everything, and that everything could go just on this side if I wanted to do it that way. That one actually would have been a good idea, but I don't know if I need thank you is good at this point. So let me just put this on here. Like I say, the variegated ribbon goes amazing with this. I also have a paper share or a product share that's closing today. Well, it can actually close on the 4th, I guess. But I'm I have it where it has the designer series paper. It has the embellishments and the ribbon, or you can get the I Want It All and get a bonus thing of some of the Hostess designer series paper, which is gorgeous in itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on. Reminder, this one again, like I say, I am using in my stamp camp, the International Stamp Camp. This is not one of the projects that are on it. So here's another project for you. Now I want to get that down so that I make sure that I got this right in the middle. See, there we go. Packing tape technique. Okay, Colleen, I like that. I have done, that is actually on my list, which is really kind of neat that you say that. If there's anything else you'd like to see, there's lots of different ways that you can do that packing tape technique, that's for sure. All right, so we have that just like that. We could have made this bigger, but I think if we had made this any bit bigger, it would have overlapped outside of that card. Now, of course, we have to use these. I'm thinking with my newsletters, I'm thinking that I'm going to be adding a tip one, that I'm going to send out a tip a week, maybe, might be the idea of what I'm going to do. All right, so you know what? I can put that big one there. I find the big ones are kind of hard to use. Now, where are my other little ones? Here we go. Let's go ahead and put one here. We can go ahead and put another one just down here. There we go. And there's our card for today. Now, when you're talking about packing tape, you're talking about postage packing tape, right? I know I told my ladies, like when I say my ladies, my team. Oh, thank you. Like I say, if you are interested in the stamp camp, even if you are a demonstrator, you can join in on the stamp camp. It's such a great deal because you get, like, you purchase a suite and then you get 13 make and takes. And then for during the stamp camp, we give you 13 more alternative projects that you can do. It goes all night. If you are in Pacific time, it goes all night. It goes from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 5, 6 o'clock the next day. And demonstrations are put on every 2 hours by the different demonstrators. So it's a really good thing. Thanks, Marjorie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one too. I've already seen a couple of the projects from it, and they're beautiful projects. Awesome. Yeah. So anyways, like I say, it is a stamp camp. There's lots of things happening. Virtual catalog launch is going to be on our virtual catalog launch is going to be on the 21st. There's another international stamp launch that I will have it coming out on my group. And that starts the 5th in North America. And I think it starts on the 4th in the UK or Australia. I'm not too sure, but anyways. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so the packing tape, I just want to go back on it. Was it the regular packing tape that you want, the post-it, like what you would pack up a package? Well, obviously it must be. So no problem. That is on my list of something that I can show you to do with packing tape. There's a lot of things we don't have certain product anymore, which is kind of sad because that gave way to an awful lot of different ways that you could do also with that postal tape. Perfect, Colleen. Thanks. So look forward to it. I will say that I'm going to do it 99% unless something comes up that it just doesn't work for me in the way that I want it to work. But that'll be tomorrow at 4:30 Pacific time that I'll be doing that, but you can catch it later on and catch your replay. So I hope you enjoyed that. if you like this, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate you doing that. And if you have any questions, just reach out. I do try to answer them. Probably through Facebook, it's better to make sure you tag me in your question. And if it's through YouTube, I do get those notifications all the time. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.